Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of Spark. Hope you're doing fantastic on today. And I hope that everything is moving in the right direction for you, that you are actually up and at 'em and getting after it like you always do. I'm Coach David, as some of you already know, and some of you, this is the first time maybe you ever saw me. And I want to let you know that I'm here to give you something today that's going to take you through the week and get you to that next level, that's going to help you move higher and get there. Today I'm going to talk about how to go from why me to why not me. All right, it's perspective, but I want you to get this. So here's the thing, let's jump right into it and get going. A lot of times what happens is that we ask the question, what caused this to happen to me? In other words, we say, why me? Why am I dealing with this? Why is this happening to me? Why in the world is this going on to me? What did I do to make this happen to me? Well, I got your answer for you. Now, I'm going to say this, but I don't want you to get upset with me, because by the end of this little broadcast that I'm going to give you on today, you're going to be able to understand clearly why things are going on in your life. But even more than that, I want to take you to a new height, a new level, how you can deal with it and overcome it and have everything in your life that you would like to have. Like I always say, whatever you want to be, do, or have, I'm your man. I'm going to help you out with that. See, we hold this false belief that something outside of ourselves or someone out there is causing these things to happen to us. And I got to let you know, that's just not the truth. It's not. It's not anything out there. And the sooner we deal with that, the sooner we come to terms with that and understand that it is truly in here, it's internal, that the better we're going to be. What you feel inside is what you get on the outside. Now, the Bible, and I love the Bible says, however a person thinks, however a person goes about their mental capacity, the things they think, the things they believe, that's exactly what they are. I like to say it like this: what you impress, you express. What do I mean by that? Well, I could go into it with the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and do all. I don't want to do that today. That's a totally different lesson for another day. I just want to make it as simple as I can so you can grasp it. The things that you focus on, the things that you think over and over and over again on an ongoing basis, those things you begin to, what I call, impress them upon you. You impress them, you focus on them, you see them, you go through them. And those things right there, those things that you keep impressing, now what begins to happen, they begin to be expressed on the outside of your life. So it's truly an inside job. Oh boy. If we can get a hold to understand that it's an inside job, then now we can take a hold of this and we can say, you know what? Because it is me, now I can do something about it. Here's what I like to say. I like to say it's the enemy in me that's creating what's going on. Now, when I use the term enemy, I'm not talking about from the standpoint of something as an enemy fighting against you or anything like that. You just have to understand that there's something on the inside of you that you've impressed that's causing it to be expressed. So we got to stop. How do I say this? We got to stop blaming all of these outside circumstances and these outside people for, or these outside situations for where we are and who we are. We got to stop that. Once we begin to come to terms with that and say, no, 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 it's not out there, it's in here. Boy, good gracious. Once we do that, once we come to terms to understand that is nothing out there that is causing this, then we can deal with the inner me. I can deal with that person and I can begin to help myself. Well, I told you about the essence of life. This goes right back to the inner me. Everything, everything. One of the biggest delusions of man is to believe that something out there is creating and causing what's going on out there. It's not. I promise you it's not. And I want to just ask you, if you will, don't just take my word for it. Just think about and write down or record some kind of way. Keep a track record of the primary things that you think about. And when you think about those things, all right, those things begin to continually show up in your life because you're impressing that and now it's being expressed. It has to be. It doesn't have any other choice because however you think, that's exactly how you are. Whatever seeds you sow, that's what you get as a harvest. And so if you understand that, then you understand now, oh my goodness, these S's, my senses, significant others, my surroundings, the situations of my past, and even myself is impressing things upon me. Now, I did say significant other people because, yeah, they impress it upon you or you take it in of what they say and then you impress it upon yourself. All right. And so if I understand that, now I can turn it around. So the second part of my lesson is the good news on today. How do I overcome why me and I become why not me? In other words, why wouldn't this happen to me? Why wouldn't these great things be happening for me? You know, um, this is the thing. A lot of people think it's a miracle or it's this when things happen. It's not a miracle. You just got the right focus. That's you too. The bad stuff that you see is you. The good stuff you see is you. Now, if you want more of the good stuff than the bad stuff, you're going to change the inner me away from the bad stuff to the good stuff, the inner me. You're going to impress that and you're going to see more of the good stuff going on in your life. That's how this is done. So how do you do it? All right. Number one, I want you to get this. Assume that you are already, what you want to be, do, or have. That's right. I'm telling you to make an assumption. Assume that. Go ahead. Assume that you are already that. National champion, superstar, abundantly supplied. Just go ahead and trust me on this, make that assumption. I am that which I desire. I'm already that. I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to become that. I am that. But listen to that. There's that I am again. I am that very thing. All right. So when I assume that, all right, I begin to now live that out. That's impressed upon me. Well, guess what's going to happen if it's impressed upon me? It's going to be expressed outside of me. And things are going to come into my path of life that's going to direct me on the course that I need to go on in order to see and hold that which I already am. Remember this right here. Your imagination, you can imagine anything you want to. And if your imagination, if you'll hold on to it long enough, what you see in your imagination will become a hardened fact. But you got to hold on to it. You can't be like the double-minded person, unstable in all your ways, going backwards and forth, tossed to and fro. Like, you're like what the Bible calls like the ocean. Tide comes in, tide goes out. Wave comes in, wave goes out. No, you got to get there and stay there no matter what it looks like, no matter what the situation looks like, no matter what self tries to tell you, no matter what your senses can see, hear, taste, or feel, no matter what significant other people say, no matter what the past situation has been, you got to get there where you make that assumption that you already are, that you already have, that you already be that which you desire to be. That's right. And when you get there, now the next step of that is to live it out by faith. Live that assumption out by faith. The Bible says it like this: faith is the substance of things hoped for. It is the evidence of things not seen. So your faith is your confirmation. Your faith holds that in place when everything else is telling you it don't look right. Listen to me. When everything else is telling you it don't look right, your faith is holding on and holding out, knowing that you have assumed that which you desire to be. You be that already. I am that. And watch this right here. That thing is going to begin to materialize in your life. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know if I did you any good today. but I did me a whole lot of good. And I truly believe I did you good, because a lot of us are being challenged by what we can see, what we can hear, what we can feel, what's going on in right now. But if you want things to be different, you got to make an assumption on some things. And you got to live that assumption out by faith, no matter all the other things that are going on around you. And what you got to learn to do a lot of times is to shut your senses off. I'm not moved by what I see. I'm not moved by what I hear. I'm only moved by what I am. And I've made the assumption that I am that which I desire to be. So your call to action today, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this by the proverbial horns of the bull, as they would say. And I want you to go ahead and get in that assumption, hang in that assumption, and don't let nothing change it. I am that which I am desired to be. I'm that right now. And somebody asked me one time, say, well, how can you be that? In your imagination, over and over and over again. But David, what about this? What about that? No. We said we're going to get in the assumption and we're going to live it out by faith, whatever it may be. I mean, make up stories through your imagination, how this thing all comes together. Dream this thing, live this thing over and over and over and over again in your imagination. And like one of my great mentors told me, all right, if you can hold it in your heart, you'll have it in your hands. And don't let nothing change you from that. Don't let anybody talk you out of that. This is the way it is done. This is how you go from why me to why not me. That's how you do it. And when you do that, great and wonderful things come into your life. The very things that you desire, they show up. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. So I hope I helped you on today. All right. It's been great talking to you on today. I really have enjoyed that. And so I want you to do me a favor. Share this with somebody. Let somebody else know about it. Tell somebody, hey, Coach David is sharing this great and wonderful stuff with us. You need to get a hold of this and start making this move in your life. And if you have questions, please, by all means, ask them. I am here to help you, to bless you, and to see you go to the next level. I truly, sincerely thank you for being here. And I want you to remember a couple of things. Number one, I want you to remember that you are the architect of your life. And number two, I want you to know this right here. I, Coach David, I believe in you. And I'll see you the next time. You have a great one. Bye.